Mr. Pereira. Elsa Vision. Elsa Vision.
¿Ah? ¿Cómo se llama?
Elsa Vision. Elfa Intendo Busetta.
These are the most annoying MMA fan takes. Like and sub before we get into it. And if you fall under any of these categories, hell, I kind of fall under some of these categories on this list, to be honest with you guys. But if you fall under any of these categories, don't get too offended. This is all just entertainment at the end of the day. So yeah, let me know what you guys think about this. But we got a black screen here, not like John Jones black, but just a normal black screen. And we're gonna start with this take that everything is overrated. So this is the MMA fan that kind of thinks like a card is overrated. You know, if you got an objectively great card, not objectively, I understand that. No, I'm going to say objectively, right? Because if you have big names like Protest on it or freaking, I don't know, I almost said Ian Gary. I mean, he's a big name, right? Ian Gary and Pereira and Aspinall. You have all these crazy names. They'll still say, you know, back in my day, the cards were better. It could literally be the best card you've ever seen. And it would be like, UFC 300? They should see Frank Mir versus Lesnar. Now, that was a card. They should see frickin' McGregor. Like, they just basically, any great card you see, or even, and we'll get into this, any great fighter, they think is overrated. Ilya Topuria? He's overrated. All he has is a left hook and a jab to the face, and he has a... what, freaking Tom Aspinall? He has his KO power in jiu-jitsu. They think everything is overrated. They think everybody is overrated. This one is not as egregious as the others. I don't really see this as much as the others on this list, but I wanted to include it at the beginning as a bit of a softball. Now, this next one is the one I've seen most recently, I think, of any of these on this list, but after one loss, someone is washed. All the time. Oh, Max Holloway lost to Ilya? Oh, he's out of his prime. He's washed. Oh, Ilya, he beat a washed Max Holloway. Oh, Charles Oliveira just got killed by Ilya. Oh, but that was an old washed Charles Oliveira. Oh, but so-and-so he was washed. They do it all the time. Oh, but Ilya beat Volk. But Volk was washed when he beat him, even though he just won against Diego Lopez. This is my point. You know, I feel like this whole narrative of like, you lose one fight and now all of a sudden you're washed. You're way past your prime. It's like, you can't just lose a fight and be like, oh, he lost a fight to a good opponent. Like, I remember back like a couple of years ago, right? I don't remember the exact card, but it was Max Holloway versus Volkanovski 3. And Volkanovski was piecing up Max Holloway. He beat him via a pretty dominant decision. And I kid you not, and I wasn't super close to like the MMA content creation scene. I mean, obviously I wasn't doing MMA content creation at all, but I remember people saying, like in comments, I think it's time for Max to retire. I think Max should just consider, he's done everything he could. He should back away from the sport. After the third Volk fight, look what he's gone on to do since that fight, by the way, guys. And everyone was saying, he should retire. Not everybody, but a lot of people were. A lot of people. I kid you not. Dude, Max, he might be done, man. He might be washed, man. Max don't got it no more. Because he lost to one of the greatest fighters of all time, Alexander Volkanovski. Yes, it was dominant. Yes, it was a clear Volk win. But he lost to another great fighter. A great fighter lost to another great fighter. Whoa, guys. And I can even kind of include this. This is a bit different, but it's kind of like when... this is a little bit different, but let's say if Arman Tsarukyan lost to Ilya Topuria. Arman was never that good. They say that as well. Again, this wasn't even on this list, but I wanted to kind of joint it in because I kind of just thought of it right now. I'm not going to... I just kind of thought of it, but like... Yeah, it's like if Arman Tsarukyan lost to Ilya, it's, Arman was never that good, though. Well, really, when you think about it, Arman's best win was Charles Oliveira, who Ilya already KO'd. So, really, Arman was never that good. So, they just discredit everything. It's a way of, like, coping and discrediting and... he beat Max, but that was a wash Max. If he beats Arman. Well, he beat Arman, but Arman was never that good. It's just a way of discrediting everything. Next, we got the people who think the UFC can do no right or wrong. So these are the people that, if the UFC, again, it's kind of similar to the everything is overrated sort of category. If the UFC gives you the best card ever, it's a shit card. It's not good enough. We need bigger names. We need another title fight. We need this. We need that. And I get it. There are things to criticize about the UFC, but when they do good, they do good. And then the UFC in some people's eyes can't do no wrong. So if you have the worst card you've ever seen, it's you guys are hating on the card. It's actually pretty good. I think Michael Johnson being the co-main event is really good. And I think the main event being Taliesin Teixeira versus Derek Lewis. I honestly think that's an underrated main event. I actually think that's a great main event, folks. So those people, they kind of think that everything is great. Everything is sunshine and rainbows, peaches and cream. They just kind of think everything is amazing. But then on the flip side, you got the people who think everything is shit. They rant about everything. They complain about everything. Either side gets a bit annoying. And don't get me wrong, I kind of fall into either of those. Again, some of these kind of represent me as well. So that's why, I say you guys shouldn't get offended because, trust me, I'm an MMA fan, so I fall under some of these categories. But, yeah, we do that a lot where we kind of complain when we don't have to complain. And then when there is things to complain about, we still fucking glaze. So it is what it is. Now, this next one is a bit of a form of coping. But if their favorite fighter loses, it was a robbery. Umar got robbed. Umar got robbed against fucking Merab. Bilal got robbed against JDM. Or they'll even cope and be like, but Bilal, he didn't, but Bilal didn't fight how I thought he would fight. Bilal didn't fight how I thought he would fight, I thought Bilal was going to shoot 35 takedowns and he only shot 10. He only shot 10. As if like he's ever shot more than 10 takedowns. He's probably shot like 12. Those are probably like his takedown averages. So it's kind of crazy that people were even doing that about Bilal. He didn't even shoot a takedown. He shot like 10, bro. It's just JDM is very good. But I saw that a lot with that fight and the Umar fight. The Umar fight was a robbery. But then they'll also do this thing where it's like, if their favorite fighter wins, it was a domination. Ankalaev dominated Pereira even though it was a boring, close fight. This fighter dominated this guy even though it was a war. Like, it's crazy to me that they could, Usman dominated Covington twice. Like, no, what? It was 2 wars, bro. Like, what are we doing here? Adesanya completely dominated and outclassed Jared Cannonier. It was a snooze fest of a fight. It was the worst fight I've ever seen. Like, it's just annoying when they do that. Like, calm down, little bro. Like, all he did was leg kick his shin for like 35 minutes and you're acting as if it was the biggest masterclass you've ever seen. And again, the whole thing of, he got robbed. He got robbed. The judges didn't get it right. Umar really won 5-0 against Merab. Like they just robbed Umar. Just either side of that coin is annoying. Again, favorite fighter loses, it's a robbery, or he didn't do what I wanted him to do. Why didn't he do this? Why didn't he do that? Why doesn't my grandma have balls? She'd be my grandpa. Like, it's just annoying from these fans. And then on the flip side, if they win, it's a domination. It's a clear win. It's the best performance of their career. You see it all the time. Then you have if you don't love grappling in MMA, you're not a real fan. These people will basically sort of almost pretend themselves as if they enjoy, like, your average Dagestani fighter or your just average like wrestling fighter lay in full mount for 35 minutes, 45 minutes. Well, the fights don't go that long, but you get my point. It feels like that, right? It feels like we're sitting for 45 minutes just waiting for Aso Almabayev to like do anything with a takedown or waiting for like, I don't know, any other Umar Nurmagomedov against Sandhagen. That fight was a snooze fest. Or, you don't like Merab holding people against the cage and kneeing them in the thigh? You just don't like MMA, bro. You don't like MMA. You're just a fake fan. You don't enjoy boring grappling with no grappling exchanges and just camp guarding? You don't like MMA. No, just go watch boxing where they just like punch each other in the face. No, that's not what we want. If you're going to grapple, we want to see shit like Arman Sarukian versus Mateusz Gamrot. We want to see you advance positions like Islam Makhachev does. Even though he could be boring at times too in terms of his grappling. But at least most of the time, he advances positions. He tries to go for subs. He tries to go for damage. He tries to go for just changing his guard. He tries to go for half guard, full guard, whatever the fuck. He at least tries. There's legitimate grapplers that will just look at the clock, knee you in the thigh, and then just stall out around. Knee you in the thigh, stall out around. And then they'll win for it. So it's annoying that you can't even just say, you know what, I think this style of grappling is boring, because there are different styles of grappling. It's like if I said, Israel Adesanya, his style of striking against Yoel Romero, Jared Cannonier, I thought that was boring. I thought those fights were boring. Is anyone going to say, you just don't like striking then? No, they're going to agree with you. So why doesn't it go the same with grappling? Not all striking is the same. It's the same with grappling. Not all grappling is the same. There's plenty of moments in grappling. There's plenty of grapplers, right? Let's just say this. There's plenty of grapplers that actually try to get finishes, that have really sick looking takedowns, and that get really, the inside trip here and the slam here. And there's cool grapplers in the UFC right now. But then there are boring grapplers as well. It is what it is. So if you don't like grappling, or if you don't like a certain style of grappling, it doesn't mean you're not an MMA fan and you should just go watch boxing and go watch Gervonta Davis. No, it just means that you just want some excitement, because most of us pay $80 like I do. I pay $200 because that's how legally I watch the cards, that I pay $200 just to make sure my stream is perfect for the pay-per-views. All jokes aside, people legitimately pay $80 or however much to watch these pay-per-views. You know, so you can't get mad at people wanting a bit more entertainment in their mixed martial arts. And then finally, we got the, if you don't train, you can't criticize a fighter. I think this is very silly, just because, like, first of all, I do train. But even if I didn't, it doesn't matter. I should still be able to criticize a fighter or talk about fighting in general. You know, you can't criticize a fighter because you don't train. Brother, there's guys that don't train. You know, look, I've never fought like professionally, but I bet you there are YouTubers like myself, MMA YouTubers, who haven't fought professionally, who haven't even fought amateurly, that can talk about the sport better than the guys who have fought professionally. Like, MMA Guru is a lot smarter about the sport in this day and age, in my opinion, than an Anthony Smith. This is just my opinion. Maybe that sounds crazy to say, but he, to me, sounds a lot smarter when he speaks and has a lot better takes than someone like Anthony Smith or some of these other analysts like Daniel Cormier, who's coping about American wrestling being shit because he's a wrestler. See, the problem is a lot of these actual fighters are biased. MMA YouTubers, we're not biased.
Stop the cap.
So we can speak about fighters objectively. We can speak about striking objectively, grappling objectively, kickboxing objectively, because we're not biased. We're not like Anthony Smith, who, you know, he used to do wrestling in high school, so of course he's going to favor the wrestler. Or Daniel Cormier, who's a fucking Olympian. We're not like those guys. We're not like Dominic Cruz, who was the state champion in wrestling. Of course they're going to favor the wrestlers. Or Joe Rogan, who's a jiu-jitsu guy. No, for the most part, we're unbiased. So I think it's very silly to say, if you don't train, or if you've never fought, you can't speak on the sport. I think that's very, very silly when, again, there's guys who do fight, who have fought, who currently fight, that can't even form a sentence as good as most MMA YouTubers or most MMA fans. There's MMA fans that are in YouTube comment sections that have some of the best takes I've ever seen. I'm like, holy shit, bro, you should be on the analyst desk, not freaking Michael Chiesa. So it is what it is. Those are the most annoying MMA fan takes. I thought this was a bit of a different video. If you guys want a part 2, I know this was a bit shorter, so I can do, there's a lot more I can bring up, a lot more MMA fan takes I can bring up. So if you enjoyed this, like and sub, become a member in the description. Love you guys. Peace.